Chris Eubank, thank you very much for joining us. It's fight week. We've had the press conference today, a little bit spicy. Just talk to us a little bit about what it was like being up there.
Spicy, I guess it was a little bit spicy. I mean, listen, the guy had a lot to say for himself on social media, and he ended the press conference and tried to play Mr. Nice Guy, and I called him out on it. Stick to your guns. If you're going to say the things you said online, then say them when you're in front of me. And then he showed his true colors after that. But listen, the guy's 28-1. It's a good fight for the 2-week turnaround that we've had. He's here, I'm here. We're ready to go Saturday night.
What kind of preparations have you been able to do for this fight? Because we know about what happened in London. We know that there was the pushback and the postponement. So what have you actually been able to do for preparing for this fight?
Stay in shape. I haven't really been able to do anything specific because it's such a short time period. So we basically just, me and Roy have just been working on things. Just general boxing, being smart, looking for openings, setting guys up, things that will work on the majority of fighters. And there's a few little things that we've seen in the fights from Wanik, and I know what I'm going to do with him.
Roy said in the press conference it was good in a way that he's had to spend a couple of extra weeks with you, a little bit more time to sort of work on what you've been working on. Do you agree with that sentiment? Have you been able to learn more from Roy?
Absolutely. The more time with Roy, the better. And yeah, he's obviously stayed on another few weeks. And it's just an amazing thing. You think you know it all. You think there's nothing more he can teach you on a certain aspect of boxing or of training, and then he'll come out with another gem. Every week there's something new. So it never gets old, never gets boring. I'm always learning, I'm always adapting and tweaking things. So yeah, it's great to have him on the team.
You can sort of tell from the tone of your voice how happy you are to be working with Roy, and he was speaking about how he's been impressed with you just always wanting to learn. Do you have that kind of mindset that I guess you're alluding to there? Every time when you think you've just got it, something else comes out. Is that what it's like from day to day?
Yeah, it really is. And I'm not gonna lie, going into this whole thing, I wasn't expecting much. I thought, all right, Roy Jones, superstar, legend. He's probably going to tell me to, go in the bag for a couple rounds, hit the mitts for a little bit, and then send me on my way. But it was the complete opposite. He was on me, from the moment I walked into the gym. Do this, do that. This is why we do this. This is why we do that. Drills, sparring, bag work, pad work, everything, non-stop. And he loves doing it too. Boxing really is his life. When fighters say boxing is my life, it's actually not. When you look at someone like Roy, you really understand. A guy who is happy to train. He trained me. He was training me. A couple of days before he fought Mike Tyson. He had me in the gym with him in LA, and we were training together. Who does that? It's crazy. But that's his life. He just loves boxing. He lives, breathes, eats, sleeps boxing. So yeah, a lot of admiration for Roy.
The name that you are, the profile that you bring, and now the face of Sky Sports Boxing as well, you draw attention. And we saw that last week with Liam Williams tweeting you, and I'm sure many other fighters as well. I know you've been asked this a few times today, but what's your reaction when you see people like Liam tweeting you, calling you out, other names have been mentioned? Do you pay attention to those, or is it more a case of focusing on the fights in front of you?
Most of them I don't pay any attention to. People have been using my name for clout for, since my career began. But obviously when you have fighters that, the public actually do want to see you fight, then you have to take notice. A year or two ago, I didn't know who Liam Williams was. All I knew was that he was trolling me. But I didn't look at his fights. I didn't respond. I didn't care about the guy. Now he's built up such a fan base, such a following of people that now want him to fight me. It's like I have to pay attention. Now it's become very serious. He is a potential opponent for December, along with a few other guys. But do I let it affect me? Do I let it get me down? Do I let it annoy me? Absolutely not. It's part of the game. I get it. You know, people try and build fights, and everyone has their own way of doing it. You know, for me, I've just got to focus on myself, not worry about what other people are doing.
How quickly will that talk come around then? So we get Saturday night out of the way. Hopefully everything is stuck to the plan and we get the win. Do you take a week off? Do you start talking about opponents straight away? Do you sit down with Nissa and Callum Sauerland? What happens after the fight?
Yeah, I think a week or two off max, and then, you know, whoever they get me for December, I have to go straight back into a training camp for. And I'm happy to do so. I said from the beginning I want to fight 3 times this year, minimum, which is why it was so important that I get back in the ring with this month after the last fight got cancelled. So yeah, get through Saturday, win, make a statement, and then a big fight in December.
Well, Chris, all the very best for Saturday. We'll see you out on the stage.
Okay, appreciate it.